Hi guys, how's it going? It's Salman here from A Garden Revived. In today's video, I'm going to be planting the two front flower beds that lead up to the entrance of the house. Let me show you where that's located. Okay, so here you can see there's one cutout and there's the other. You can see my supplies in the background. This is the walkway. You can see that's where we planted our fall plants a few days ago, and that's where we did our fall containers. So these are going to be in the same color scheme as before, in the light, kind of cooler color scheme. I had to replace this boxwood cone right here. I think it got leaf miners, sections of it died out, so it's fresh and brand new. Let me show you what this looked like when we were planting it earlier. And I'm just so excited to just get something new, fresh going on in here. Was really tired of the caladiums. I've actually saved all those caladiums and I'm going to store those bulbs for next year. But yeah, let me show you what I have to plant. So first off, I have these pansies and I use these in the containers by the entrance of the house. And I'm just so excited to use these in the entrance because we see these when we drive up to the house. We see these when we walk past the house, when we're walking in the neighborhood. This is hands down my favorite fall annual this year. Next up, I'm going to be planting these stock. Now I was trying to find all the stock in the same color. They'll do great in cool weather. They do great in early spring. I think they add some great height, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go with an assorted color palette because they're still in the same color family that I've been going with so far, and I think it'll look nice and, as I describe it, glittery when I have an assorted color arrangement. So we're going to plant with these. And next up, after the stock, we also have some dianthus. And when I saw this dianthus, I stopped. I was like, oh my goodness, I have not seen dianthus with such big blooms on it. And it has this super pretty bluish purple color. And I love blue purple flowers. So I'm thinking I'll do maybe the pansies, this dianthus, and then the stock, just because of the graduation of size. Pansies stay lower, then the dianthus get a little bit taller, and then the stock, the blooms seem to be the tallest on them. And then we have some ornamental cabbage and kale that is purple. So I'm excited to see what this looks like. So let me get a little design going and I'll review with you what this whole thing might end up looking like. So while I'm in the process of arranging the plants, I want to show you kind of a technique I use. So you can see I've kind of made these markings in the mulch right here. And what that does is it kind of gives me a general idea of the shape I want to pursue when I'm planting. And there's not like any specific spacing I use. I'll just do about like 6 inches really between the lines, or a bit more, just to accommodate for the growth of the plants. But because it's fall, plants grow a bit slower because it gets cooler. I'm planting them a bit more close together, a bit more dense, just so I get that nice and full effect. So I'm going to just arrange the plants in these lines and come up with a pattern. All right, here we are. So I decided to go with the ornamental cabbage right in the front over there, followed by some pansies, the dianthus, another layer of pansies. We have the layer of stock, and then some more pansies in the back. And then right here, I decided to put 3 Dusty Miller. I think it'll make a really pretty, I don't know, I think it'll just flank it really nicely. The Dusty Millers always seem to get really tall and bushy, so I think it'll just be super pretty to have like a bouquet of Dusty Millers in the very back in that corner. And I'm just going to start popping them in the ground. When I put them in the ground, I'm going to use some Biotone by Espoma just to give them some nutrition. Some people don't like to fertilize in the fall. And that totally makes sense, but we're still gonna get into the 90s later on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give them some food and hope for the best. And if I think I have some more space to fill in a few things, I'll use some of my leftover annuals, but I'm actually gonna use my leftovers to do some of my pots up by the house. So let's start popping these in the ground. All right, you guys, so it is actually the next day. The sun went down really quickly right after I finished planting, so I couldn't show you the final result. But yes, the rumors are true. I got a fresh fade. So, new shirt, hair look, same video. Here it is, you guys. I love, love, love the way it turned out. I think all of the layers look very nice and clean. Same thing on this side right here. Let me do a little shot of both of them from the back. See, there's one, there's two. The stalk especially has turned out to be one of my favorite layers, and the fact that the stalk are in 3 or 4 different shades is what I really like about this. I think the Dusty Miller turned out so nice. I think it's going to make such a really pretty silver bouquet that kind of flanks the entranceway right here, the walkway. So I'm so excited to see what that's going to look like once it grows in. So as you saw, I did use some flower tone, and I used the auger to drill the holes to get these plants in the ground. It was my first time trying it out. It is the auger from Power Planter, and it really did cut the planting time in half. So I was so happy to use that. I don't get to use the auger in all the areas of the garden because some of the ground is so muddy and clay-like, the auger just seems to get caught. But right here, you know, I've been planting a lot and there's been a lot of mulch that's broken down, so the soil is a bit fluffier here, and it just like was able to dig the holes in like a second. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you liked the content, please consider subscribing and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.